France is a safe bet. England's a safe bet. Castile. Portugal is like the most like sit back and kind of do nothing and slowly progress and get stronger and go beat up on like native people. Easy game.
That okay.
But Castile is kind of like that, but like better.
Okay.
And then England is kind of like that, but like you also have to deal with France at the start.
The most fun for both of us is probably like
Two big countries.
all right. I'll just be. How hard is France?
Not that hard.
How hard is Castile?
Not that hard, but you have to. In the beginning, like you have to take it kind of slow because you're gonna have a lot of rebel events.
I'll just do France then.
Okay.
Oh, it says cooperative mode France is not available.
Oh, it says I'm clicked on it right now. Sorry.
I think I'm clicked on it then.
Yeah, you're France right now.
Okay, cool.
Who would I want to be?
How do I like? Am I just good?
Yeah, you're good right now.
Oh.
All right, Luke. So the name of the game is to beat up on England. So what's gonna happen here? All right, the year is 1444, Luke. What was going on in the year 1444 between England and France?
Is this the 100 Years' War?
Yes. Now you are not immediately at war with England.
Okay.
However, within about the first 2 years of the game, there will be an event in which it's going to be like you're trying to take your province from them.
How much of this do I need to read?
The only thing you need, I mean, you can read the flavor text if you want.
Okay.
I would maybe look at my screen.
With the support.
Or you can share your screen if you want to.
Supported by the English.
But so what's going to happen?
Let me share my screen. Crap.
I guess I can just go on your stream. But
Yeah,
it'll be delayed though, so share your screen as long as it's not going to affect your deadpan.
One sec. Share screen. All right. Reopening game. Okay, English.
Desktop.
100 Years'
I
War.
see you.
Can you see it?
Okay, you're Catholic? Yep.
Catholic.
Don't worry about religion too much. Catholic religion is pretty passive.
Monarchs. Okay, so it's a monarchy. That
makes sense. So the key things are, all right. So the first thing is your country. You have a military, right? So if you click through all that shit, just click through that. You go over to France. You move with middle mouse button.
Sick.
Or zoom out and then move, and then zoom in to France. Right? So this is your country. There's fog of war. So everything light is that you have intel on, right? Like you don't know what's going on in Austria, right? Because you don't have troops there and you're not allied with Austria.
I see.
But you can see into other provinces like one tile, right?
Okay.
So you see those green units in Paris? Those people in Paris there? Mm-hmm. If you left click, you can drag like a box.
Drag a box.
Yeah, like drag like a box like you're trying to copy something and yeah.
Okay.
So that's like your select tool.
Gotcha.
So everything in green is yours. The green units. So drag a box over the green. So the blue units are things that are either allied or subjugated to you. So France has a lot of little vassals.
Have a green bar then. So who are like
you see in Paris, you see that they're green. Their little ribbon is green.
What you're saying. Okay. I thought you meant
so
that little
now you
green
click on that. Now units are composed of infantry, cavalry, and artillery, right? Cavalry. Guns don't exist yet.
Okay.
So artillery doesn't exist yet, so you don't have it.
Okay.
The big thing is just focus on building infantry right now.
How do I do that?
You don't need to build anything right now. So those are your units. You also have boats, but we can get there later. The boats are in the southern port. If you look on the southern coast of France and port. Okay. It's like you should do the same thing. Just make sure it's only on the boats, and you could tell them to go out to sea.
Okay.
So to move those guys, you have them highlighted. You just right-click on a province.
For these guys or these guys?
Any of them. Just click on a province. Right-click. Now they're moving towards them, okay? Now click on a province all the way from there in the southern coast of France. Do that and tell them to go to Paris.
All the way there? Holy shit.
Yep, just click on Paris.
Is it a...
So they path there. You see that?
Gotcha.
You can direct specific paths with shift right click, and they'll go province by province in the order you tell them. But anyway, so that's kind of basics of movement.
Okay.
The next will go to the top left, which is like the important shit of the game. You see in the top left ribbon?
Oh.
Like all the way at the top left?
Yeah.
So you want to pay attention to alerts, okay? So
Where are those?
really, those are the things that are dropping down there.
Okay.
So, but first, you see above those, you see the 66. So there's money.
Yes.
There's just 66,
That's
the coins.
people, I'm guessing manpower.
Manpower.
Okay.
Sailors, which is for like boats. Stability, which is kind of like a... Stability is like a nebulous thing. You get stability through events, or you can buy stability with like mana points that we'll get into.
Mhm.
But it helps you, right? If you look at stability, you look under the tooltip there, under stability. If you go on the 0 rather than just the that. Okay.
0.
Anyway, so you're at 0 stab right now, so you really have no plus or minus benefits.
Yeah.
Corruption is another thing. You'll get it through events, but it like makes things cost more. You know, it's kind of like inflation, but for like the mana points we'll talk about.
Gotcha.
Prestige is kind of like a thing that's nice, but is not necessary. Prestige makes you like people want to do things for you slightly better. You improve relations with people slightly better or worse. Legitimacy is kind of like stability for monarchies.
Okay. Do you have
If you see
something
there,
different? Where are you again? Which one are you?
I'm the yellow one too, bottom left.
Okay, so you're Castile then. Gotcha.
So legitimacy is like
So
how
you
righteous
also
your
have
nature is.
legitimacy?
Yes.
Is anyone not
So-
a monarchy?
Like Venice is a republic.
Interesting. Okay.
There's bishoprics, which are like ruled by like church people.
Gotcha.
There's different types of republics. Anyway, different types of monarchies.
Okay.
But that's kind of, you see all those bonuses. You see effects from your current legitimacy.
Yes.
So it gives you less unrest in your country. Tolerance of the true faith is kind of like
Oh shit.
it's kind of like how well people like work themselves. Better
Gotcha.
diplomat, better income, right?
Gotcha.
So you want 100, but you can run lower.
Okay.
And then power projection is like how scary you are to people. It just gives you some bonuses. It's not super important, but the key thing, if you can, you want to have above 50 because it gives you more mana points.
Gotcha.
So now the biggest thing in the game is this game where it's on mana points, basically. So if you see the 3 numbers below that top ribbon
Mhm.
in the France line,
84,
admin power,
98,
diplo
84.
power, and military power, okay?
Okay.
So mana points is kind of like how the game balances over time, right? You can't just like go and eat the world in a year, right?
Yeah.
So mana points, I'm gonna call them mana points, just how people call them. But like diplo, admin, military power,
Mhm.
they are how you do a lot of things. So
Okay.
the most obvious thing is if you hit F6 or F5, sorry, F1, hit F1, and then hit F1, and then hit you see the gear symbol in the top? So these are the tabs. These have a lot of information. But this is the most obvious. You get tech with mana points, okay? So you build up a certain amount of mana points, usually it's about 600, and you can
Gotcha.
buy the next tech. The next tech will have passive bonuses. It will allow you to build new buildings. Eventually, it'll get you artillery, right?
Okay.
Tech is just like through mana points.
Yeah.
How they balance like the historical spread is through things called institutions, which we can get to. But that basically makes if you have the institution, tech is the cheapest, and if you don't have it, it makes tech a lot more expensive.
Hmm.
So generally in Europe, you'll be pretty up to date on institutions.
Okay.
The other thing that mana points can get you, so let's just go through the ribbons. So money is pretty there's going to be an econ tab. Money is through that. Manpower is kind of through your province development and other modifiers. I'm looking at the top left, sorry. But manpower is through the province, and same for sailors. The mana points, like I said, the admin power is how you buy stability, right? It might be worth it to spend admin power for stability.
Cool.
So if you look in the first tab, this is your court. So since you're a monarchy, how much mana point you generate is dependent on who rules you, right?
Yeah.
So you see your dude is King Charles de Voy, right?
Mhm.
He's a 4-2-4, all right?
424.
What that means is he generates 4, 2, and 4 of those points every month.
Gotcha.
He also has some other modifiers there you can see.
Mhm.
But, you can have a shit ruler, right? Monarchy, one of the drawback is it's a random roll on how good your guy is.
Mhm.
You could have the highest is sit. You could have a sit ruler. You could have a 0-0-0. Then it gives you, and then it's like 1 per month. But if you look, you then have a court, so you can balance those by buying advisors. So you see that no advisor, no advisor, no advisor. So right now you make 6-7-6. I think your consort might be helping you out or something.
Yeah.
But if you click on the little open frame and you see no advisor.
Oh, yeah. Free advisor slot.
So if you click on the open frame in the bottom left, it's telling you to this tab. If you click there, recruit advisor. Click that. We won't do it yet. But now you have a list of dudes, and they cost a certain amount of money, right? Per month of income. But they trade off. They give you more mana per month, and they give you whatever their passive bonus is per month.
I see.
And there are 3 different types. And they do different types of bonuses, right?
Gotcha.
So just hit back. So money, the kind of circle is you want more money so you can get better advisors, so you can get mana points faster and then scale faster. Because mana points are going to limit you a lot.
Okay.
So the next tab is probably one of the least important ones, but it's the government tab.
Because we're a monarchy.
And so government is your monarchy, okay?
Can I make France not a monarchy?
Yes, through reforms, we can get there.
Okay.
But so government, this is where if you wanted to, you see strength in government, you could spend military power to increase your legitimacy and get better passive jobs, right? And the other thing is culture is a thing. Right now you're in France, so everyone's pretty much accepted. No one is not accepted. So everyone's going to work pretty much as efficiently as possible.
Okay.
So like I said, not too important. And then any passive modifiers you get will show up here.
Gotcha.
So the next tab is probably one of the more important tabs, which we'll actually do shit on, is the diplomacy tab.
Mm-hmm.
So diplomacy is where you make alliances, you make royal marriages, you make rivals, right?
Yeah.
So rivals are good because rivals give you that power projection we were talking about, and they also have some bonuses to going to war with them.
Okay.
So like right now, some people have already rivaled you. So generally you can just match. So if you go to rivals, enemies, right? These people have probably already rivaled you from their end. So England, Aragon, and the Ottomans. Those all kind of make sense, right? So click rivals. Click the, yeah.
Should I make them all my rivals?
Yeah, typically you want to just rival people back.
Okay. Just click OK here.
Yeah. So like you say, it says it gives you more prestige from fighting them. It gives you more spy network. Right. It gives you less cost for demanding provinces.
I see. Okay.
Okay. Now the next tab, we can talk about alliances, but the next tab is the econ tab. Very important tab. No, very important tab, okay?
Oh.
The econ tab is like if you do not want to be losing money without intention.
Gotcha.
So you get money from tats, right? If you live in top left, it's like a ledger, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get taxes, you make shit, you trade stuff, right?
Got it.
Then gold, tariffs, vassals.
And I can control these slide bars, I guess, for
yes.
So if I put army maintenance to 0, do they all just riot?
No, you can put it to 0 right now.
Should
just do it. Yeah, it's fine. Just do it. So you see, you make more money, right? Army maintenance is generally going to get you the most bang for your buck money-wise. However, if you look there, there's a penalty. Do you see that morale of armies penalty when you were hovered over there? It says morale of armies minus 2.2.
Yeah.
And that's a number. That's not a percent. Your total morale is like 3. So your dudes are going to get like instant killed.
Gotcha.
It's fine if you're at peace to be 0 army maintenance.
Yeah.
As long as you know you're going to be at peace. But you don't want to be 0 army maintenance and then just get decked on.
I see what you're saying.
And people walk in and kill your shit because it takes some time to build back up to get them morale up. It takes several months.
Okay.
So if you're just like in a happy-go-lucky place, no one's going to attack you ever, keep it fucking 0.
Yeah.
Until you need it.
Got it.
And then missionary maintenance, not really relevant. Colony, you have to spend money on colonies, missionaries, if you were to convert stuff. Corruption, like I said, is a sliding. That one is very strong. So like, You just kind of want to root out corruption as you can. And then sailor, your boats also have the same thing. They'll lose morale.
Gotcha.
Interest, you can take loans. Do you see the bottom? You can take a loan, or not that.
I see it. Yeah.
Don't do it. But you gain, not only do you gain interest, but you gain inflation. So you're going to passively lose money because you took that loan every month to the interest, and then you're going to gain some inflation, which is going to make some things cost more. But that's not to say you shouldn't take loans. So there's a time and a place. And there's also the biggest thing where corruption comes from, on the right there, there's a debased currency. So it will give you 2 corruption, which is a significant amount, but it will give you a free loan, basically.
Yeah.
You can only do it so many times. Anyway, next tab, trade. Not so important to look at unless you're really trying to optimize, but this is just telling you if you were trying to optimize where your trade income is coming in. So if you look in the bottom right, there's a map, right? The world map, and then you look a little above it, there are those little frames.
Do I click?
Do you see the one next to, so you're on the political frame, now you hit the trade, yep. So these are trade zones if you zoom out.
Gotcha.
So trade flows in in directions, okay?
Yeah.
And in this game, trade goes from what they call source nodes, which are over in like Asia, and they go to end nodes, which there are 3 end nodes. They're all in Europe: Venice, Genoa, and the English Channel. So trade goes from there. The productivity of the provinces adds to that trade, and then people can direct it certain places based on their active trade power.
Got it.
So what you could do is you could, in India, have so much trade power that you take all the money out of the pool in India, right? And then it still goes forward, but there's not much money going forward, so you kind of get everything up to there.
Got it.
The thing is that generally the end nodes are the best because you can kind of build trade power out and keep pushing it forward. Because it's like multiplicative. The more nodes it goes through, the more trade value you get.
So it looks like I have one here in, well, almost
the Bay of Bordeaux.
Côte de...
The Blue Coast.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a trade node. So if you click on that button there, the 19%, just click it. Now you see trade power. You see that in the middle? You can see everyone has trade power. You're probably the blue.
Yeah. In England.
So you have trade power here.
Okay.
Yeah. So generally, you want to collect in... This is kind of more of a... Trade is more of an advanced thing, to be honest. But keep this where it is. And then you should have a second merchant. If you look in the right, that's like the hot ribbon. Far right, you see the black list of white with white text. All the way to the right of the screen.
Oh, over
top
here.
right. No, up higher.
Oh, top right.
So that's kind of like your more actions. So you have some merchants doing shit, right? You see merchants. I would move the guy in Valencia because he's collecting 0 right now, right? He's not doing anything.
Should I put him where?
I would put him in Paris's node. So what you can do?
Oh shit.
Yeah, you just recalled him. So we'll get there, but now he has to take 8 days of game time to travel.
Okay. Is he
And
automatically going to Paris?
No, I think you need to tell him to, and I think you can do it right now. Or
Where
click on the Champagne node, the Paris node, the red one. Scroll up. See that node? Click on it. So you want to collect money there, right? It's going to leave your country at this point. So this is where you have the highest trade power. So hit collect from trade. And you can see that you have the Bordeaux guy. Don't take that.
Yeah.
And you have the guy who's unavailable because he's traveling. But once he does there, you can put him there.
So
it's pretty
he's
soon.
going to arrive here in 9 days. So he is going.
He's gonna arrive in as a free merchant in 9 days, and then you have to assign him. He's not automatically going to prayer.
Gotcha.
He's just coming home.
Okay.
And then, like certain provinces, you can see the little icons. Certain provinces give passive trade power buffs because they're trade nodes, right? Like Paris is a level 2 trade city, so it gives you base trade power.
Okay.
Anyway, that's enough on trade. If you go back to F1 and you keep going, we talked about tech. Tech is, you're not going to click this too often, but it's important to be on time with tech because mainly tech is very important. You can get behind and it's fine. You just need to be careful because like if you get behind a mill tech, someone can get pretty serious advantages over you and they'll feel like you can't win shit. Like Miltet 4, just for reference, is probably like one of the most important Miltets in the game because of the bonuses it gets you.
Okay.
So
Am I
like
at
I
Miltech
always rush
0
Miltech.
right now, or
You're at
4?
Miltech 3. You see that
Okay, I
3?
see. So I
It's
need
like
to go up 1 then.
yeah, like the Native Americans are at Miltech 1.
Gotcha.
So if you look
Is
there,
anyone
you can
starting at 4 in the game?
no, 3's the
So I have
highest.
to work on that. Okay.
So if you look there in it, you see those two things. You see Pike Square and those bonuses. So you get
Yes.
Tactics, which is the thing that makes the tech so good.
I see.
A Tactics
need
is
more
just like straight
power.
how much damage you do. Yeah, you need more mana.
Gotcha.
See that?
Okay.
Um,
And it's gonna take me, according to this,
Yeah.
8 years to get there.
yeah, and that's why it's usually about 10 years is the spacing between
Okay.
techs. 10 to 15 years. You can get behind. It's fine to go behind like even like 2-3 techs if you're trying to do something else. Like if it's worth to spend the mana on expansion or something else, it can be fine because you do get, if people are ahead of time on tech, you do get some discount to that for having neighbors being higher tech than you. So you can go behind on tech. It's fine.
Okay.
I would say the biggest thing not to go behind on tech is mil tech though.
Gotcha.
Admin tech and diplo tech you can kind of slump for the most part. The next one is ideas. So ideas are really the flavor piece. Okay. So you can see that if you see in the top, you have base ideas. Actually, at the very top, you see 20%.
Yes.
These are your traditions. These are just things you have because you are France. Okay. Because you are France, you get 20% more manpower and 1 diplo rep. Okay.
Okay.
And then when you do all of the ideas, you get that development cost.
Gotcha.
So I don't have that 20% manpower. So if you look in the French ideas now, the ribbon of symbols, if you just scroll across, you see those? So what you do is you take idea groups, okay? So if you click the Unlocked at National Ideas 5, you click the button there in blue.
Button in blue. Oh, I see.
There are idea groups. You don't have the tech to take your first idea group, but they cost mana, okay?
Gotcha.
They cost about 2/3 of a tech, which is why I said it's fine to get behind on tech if you're trying to do something else.
Huh.
So they all have different things, and they're themed around what they're called, right? Generally, you don't want to do 2 idea groups in a row because you're going to be really slumped in 1 mana point, right?
Gotcha.
But like, generally good idea groups right now are like innovative ideas is always good because it makes things a little better. You typically either want to do humanist or religious ideas eventually, but it's not the first one.
Should I click that now, or?
You can't. If you hover over it, look.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if it tells you here, but you need admin tech 5, I think, to take your first idea. If you go back, if you hit the
you're
X,
right. I remember that.
it said 5.
Unlocked it now.
So when you take those idea groups, okay, as you hit ideas in them, each one has like, if you click on the thing again, the blue thing, you see the little symbols? Each of those is an idea in that group. So
Gotcha.
each of those costs like 400 of whatever points, right? You get that bonus, right? Great. As you do that, progressively, you will unlock those top ideas in your list there, outside of this. So you go back. So as you do an idea group, if you do like 1 idea group, you'll probably do like the first 2.
And I unlock
then
these as I go then, or?
Yeah, those are, so with the ideas, you will also get those.
Gotcha.
You just need like 3 or 4 idea groups to get all of them.
Okay.
So you need like 10, 20. So it'll take a second. But those ideas are also good too. Submissions, the next tab, is something kind of newer to the game. But these are kind of like the campaign in a sense. They give you direction. So this is where a lot of the flavor text is. This is more of like what you're supposed to do, okay? So the first thing I looked at is like liberate Normandy. So if you hover over that, there's some flavor text, right? Normandy should be yours. Now if you hover over the question mark, it tells you what you need to do. Oh, so you need to own all provinces in Normandy.
Okay.
And if you click on it, it tells you which provinces, right?
I see.
And if you click the little medal button, if you hover over that, it tells you what rewards you get. So you get an event that gives you stuff, and then you get permanent claims on other areas to do the next mission. And the same thing. If you keep going there, they'll have the same thing. So the missions are very important because the bonuses can be good, but you don't have to do every mission. Some missions aren't worth it. Some missions will tell you sit there and use all your mana points on 1 province, and it's not really worth it.
Okay.
Generally, the claims ones are pretty good to get. Like, you're France, you should take
You get a
Normandy.
thing. Yeah. hmm
Like the next one, I think is also related to the 100 Years' War. Oh no, this is one. Yeah, so like this one, I wouldn't do. This one's just gonna drain all. Well, yet at least it's just gonna drain all your mana points.
Hmm.
We'll get to how it does that. And then like the next one, anyway. So you can look at those at your own time. We'll put it really slow. Decisions are things and policies. So policies is like a later game thing. You get policies after you get at least 2 idea groups. And then decisions are things that can give you passive bonuses to your country. So if you scroll down there, most of them are religious in nature right now. But if you look at the question mark, it'll tell you, well, that's your flavor text, right?
Oh,
It tells you what the decision's about. So read that. And then the question mark tells you what you need to do the decision.
Gotcha. So I don't have the Papal States.
So you need to make the Papal State hate you, is what that tells you.
Oh, I need them to hate me. Okay.
Yeah. So it needs their opinion of you needs to be lower than -50, right? And if you look at the
When does
envelope,
like Avignon happen historically?
that's in your mission tree if they like you.
Okay.
So like I said, decisions are optional. Like you should not probably do every decision.
Okay.
But some
These are
some
things-
decisions are just straight good.
These are things that just happened in France's history, though. I'm guessing.
No, everyone has the top. Like all Catholics have like the top. All of them except for the fate of Joan of Arc. We all have those.
Okay, gotcha.
So every Catholic can hate the Pope and go the kind of the, eventually
like
Protestant
okay.
route,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But active uniformity, right, is one I think where it lights the Pope, or you get a theologian or something. Okay, more admin tech, right? You look
Gotcha.
at the bonus; it gives you more missionary. It just gives you missionary strength
I see.
in the envelope. That one says just hire a theologian, right? And that's an advisor.
This one has a ton of shit.
So that's after that one looks like you would do it after the 100 Years' War, and you win that,
Okay.
and then you make the Papal State like you. So that's one I would do.
All right, Luke.
What's up?
You're needed.
No, he's
think I'm
not.
stuck in Europe for a while.
He's
here,
in
Cameron.
hell.
I'm stuck in Europe.
Luke, you don't have to be.
Yes, he does.
do.
We're already
I
so
owe
far
I owe
in.
this to Dylan. I do.
It's
owe
been
it.
3 years.
It has been 3 years.
Oh my God.
He's
Okay.
my balls.
Now
are in
go to the
his
next
hand.
tab.
What about my Terraria experience?
It's been 3
I
years.
can't open that. It would
Okay.
crash my PC.
I'm
What about
gonna try to scroll through these last couple ones, Luke.
Okay.
But this one, like I said, is
Wait,
kind
Colin,
of
I'm
the
streaming, I'm
stability.
streaming.
What? No.
Colin's about to walk in his underwear. What were you saying, Dylan?
So this is stability. This is kind of like the overall health of your country. So you have in the top left, you have war exhaustion. Okay, that's if you sit at war a while or you lose a bunch of battles, people will not want to be at war anymore, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
If people die, you'll get war exhaustion, and if you hover over it, it gives you bad penalties. You can manually reduce war exhaustion if you want, but it costs Diplo points. 75 of them.
That's
You can
most of
boost
them.
stability, like we talked about earlier, which is stability, right? With admin points, and maybe if you
So
hover
wait,
over the
how
bar.
Are those not just inverses of each other? Like, would boosting stability not help war exhaustion at all?
I think it does, but war exhaustion is a direct thing. It just
I guess
dumps it by
related to war.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, but stability may give you minus 0.05 war exhaustion per month.
Well, I was
Right.
just thinking, like, if I reduce war exhaustion, that won't really help my stability. At
I
all,
think
feel like.
stability, you need to look
Yeah.
at it, but I think if you have war exhaustion, it also makes stability cost more.
Okay.
So yeah, you see that if you have positive stability, it gives you less unrest, it gives you more tax. The next level of stability does cost more though, it gives you more missionary speed, less corruption, more institution spread. And each negative gives you more unrest, more interest, worse legitimacy, which hurts other things, and worse trade power.
Gotcha.
So you want to be at least, typically you want to be at least +1 or 0.
Mhm.
The key is really staying +1. Overextension is when you conquer land. You have to like when you conquer land, you just can't like use it, right? It's not efficient. So when you conquer land, depending on the value of those provinces, you have to what's called core them, CORE. Coring them is a process where you spend admin points in as much as the land is worth, and we'll talk about how this works. But you spend admin points for a certain factor for a certain amount of the development of the province, okay? Across all of them. And it takes like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's just you have to have overextension And the key here is if you go over 100%, literally you are in hell. Like it is a all or nothing. You can be 99.99% overextension, perfectly fine. But the moment you cross 100%, like hell lets loose.
Like, okay.
So
Does everyone
when
start
if
revolting? Like, what happens?
it gives you like a bunch of fucking events like every other month, which cause like insane amount of like unrest in your provinces. It causes inflation. It causes stability drops. Do
Interesting.
not go
Okay.
over 100%
I'm
ever,
setting it to 1,000.
unless you are in like world conference mode and you just want to go fast and not care, and you're so far in that you can just eat it, which we're not gonna get to. Do not
Okay.
go over 100%.
Got it.
The expansion thing is probably something you won't do unless you really want to do colonization in this game. You can as France. And then the rebels, if you ever get, once you conquer land, you'll get some rebels, and they'll show up in this list in terms of when they're gonna pop.
Gotcha.
Governing capacity is one thing. It's like a function of admin tech. It's how much core land you can have as a state, and states have like 100% bonus versus territories which have like 25% bonuses. Disasters are another thing. They're kind of more unique, depending on some conditions. You'll get an alert if you're gonna have a disaster.
Yeah.
Religion you don't really need to care about. You're probably stay Catholic unless you want to go. But the next tab, it's
I'm going
fine.
Buddhist, Dylan. How do I connect to Japan?
Go
Or I
colonization.
guess India.
But the next tab, religion. Catholics get papal things. You get cardinals. The more cardinals you get, gives you more influence in the papal state.
Interesting.
If you go to the bottom right, you see the little circles in the very bottom right of the page? Yeah, papacy. So that's your religious tab. So if you click that, you can, in the top right here, are bonuses you can activate with kind of passive papal influence. So if in the top right, you can get manpower speed, you can get that, but you spend influence, right? You'll figure that out. You can get stab, right? And that's admin points. That's really good, right? You get more people influence the more cardinals you have, and if you're like friends with the Pope, and if you're allied with the Pope, you get more.
I've not heard the word usury in like since high
Yeah.
school. Okay.
So the last thing is gonna be estates, and estates are probably the more complicated thing.
Is this
Skip
over here?
military, you're fine. Military we talked about. Subjects is another thing. For now, go in the bottom right, and you see the little button now of that page. Just put them all in supportive.
Do I-
Click that. And so that's gonna tell you how their units act.
This one then? Okay.
Yeah. And
Aggressive,
generally supportive is just they sit on top of you.
passive, and siege. Okay, supportive it is.
And if you had like a big one, you could tell them to be aggressive and go do shit on your own, so you don't have to do it.
Okay.
But
Huh.
and then estates is the final tab. So estates are like the internal division of things. So you have, like the 3 estates, right?
Yeah. France wise.
You have basically church people, nobles, and trade people, right? You can give estates privileges. If you really don't want to mess with it, I can just try to help you out here.
What's like the tennis court? Well, actually, I guess that's way later.
That's in like 300 years. So
So-
what I would do
okay.
here is I would just I would hit the seize land button. No,
Dylan, I don't think I'm liking this. Is
seize land.
seizing their land.
Yeah, so they lose loyalty. But right now, if they're 50 or higher, they don't cause rebels. So you
So I
need to do
should
it right now.
this.
Yeah, next month they'll drop below 50.
Okay, I've seized
And
their
then
land.
I would. So now you have more crown land, which is just good.
Wait, isn't the French Revolution gonna be terrible for me if I'm like playing
No,
as the
we're
government?
not going to get there this session, look at all.
Okay. Like eventually though, wouldn't that be like horrible?
No, they don't care. You can.
Okay.
The revolution is kind of optional. So clergy, the revolution of this game is actually like a wild card thing. So clergy, just click on clergy for me. I'll help you out with these.
Down here. Oh, I see what you're saying. I
Yeah,
see what
so you can give them bonuses, right? Privileges. So just go through here, click that, and scroll down. So there's some things. Generally, you only want to do things that give you crown land, unless you or don't cost crown land, unless you have a ton, right? So that's why you want to seize it when you can. That way you can do the better ones that give up
Should I
crown
do
land.
exempt from seize land then?
No, generally just keep going. No, you want to be able to take their land.
Oh, they're exempt. Okay. I
Yeah,
understand.
you are. Yeah. So I would do the religious diplomats one is a good one. That just makes everyone kind of like you who's Catholic.
Right.
Yeah, do that. And then scroll down. It may be the only one we really do, to be honest. Just I don't want you. And then do scroll up. do oversight by the clergy. And so what we want is if you hover over their loyalty, we want their loyalty to be equilibrium, which is from on the left. We want it to be like 50. So if we can find a privilege that makes it above 50, then you can keep seizing land, right?
Gotcha.
Over time. So you should probably scroll down
Through
through the
here,
list there. We just want to find a 5% or something.
like this.
No, I don't want the crown. Just scroll up a little more. You should probably do church sanctuaries. Yeah, do church. It's not that. It doesn't give you much, but it also doesn't give away much. So.
Okay.
The nobility, so you have our privilege as France. You actually have a really good privilege as France nobility. If you hover over the one on the left, you have something that gives you +3 relation slots and less liberty desiring your subjects. It's actually really good. So if you hover over your nobility loyalty, what's the equilibrium right now?
I'm sorry. It is at
65. So you actually don't really need to give them much and they'll be happy. So honestly, like I would just scroll through here and let's see if there's anything. But the one that I usually give them is the one you already have.
Okay.
You can min-max this and give them like everything over time, but like it's not really worth it for what you're trying to do. I would maybe give them. Let's wait a little while, but we may give them that one that was like nobility annexation.
Okay.
Because you'll want to annex them in a little bit.
Gotcha.
And then the bourgeoisie, the traders, there are like 2 or 3 that generally are good. Scroll down. I would give them. Keep going. Keep going. Free enterprise probably is the one to do, just to get more influence. And then scroll down. Scroll down. Should you want like province trade power? Yeah, the province trade power. That one. Economic freedom.
This one?
Yeah, do that one.
Right here. This one.
Yeah, that one. All right, now you're done. Now, one more thing. You can get kind of like mini missions from estates. If you see in the middle there, Crown Land, no effect. You see that? Summon the diet. So you don't want to do this all the time because it gives them influence and loyalty. But we'll give you like a little thing if you do it.
This is like Diet of Worms vibes? Where it's
Yeah,
like a
kind of.
bonus-
So summon the diet.
Okay.
And it gives you like 3 choices. So it says
See.
each of them are giving you an option here. But you do have to pick one now. So if you read them, the clergy might be like build a building. So it says develop a province, right? To that. You get prestige and they get loyalty. Great. If you don't do it, they don't like you as much. The next one, nobility, is build up manpower. I would not do that because you're going to go to war with England soon, and it fails if you go to war. And the last one is production. I would do that one because at the end you get money and loyalty.
Where do you see that
Money.
one most direct?
You see in the middle there, the green stuff?
So green stuff is what I gain, red is what I lose if I fail. Okay.
Yeah. You get like 20 years to do this. It's not
Gotcha.
soon.
I have done it.
All right, so now you're done. So the last thing we need to do is we need to get you allies.
Okay.
And we need to get your diplomats going. So your diplomats, you have 3. If you look in the top right.
Top right, diplomat. Yes. And they're all
So
free
those are-
right now?
Yeah, they travel to other countries. It takes real in-game time, depending on how far the country is. But they do things, right? So like, go to me, for example. Click on Castile, and then go back to the political map mode.
How do I like most easily click on you?
Political map mode, and you click on me. So now you see me. I'm Castile. You see diplomacy in the middle by my flag.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So what you can do is you can open up all those tabs, or you can do one. So alliance actions. You can offer me an alliance. Okay. I'm a player, so it's just gonna say it's the player. But typically, that is I should have rejected it.
Wait, what?
So 2 things just happened here. So we're allied. So if we take you today, you'll lift the fog of war from me, and you'll see my units.
Wait, doesn't this mean you now have to help me fight England?
Yes.
And that just happens?
When they declare war on you.
I see.
The second thing that happened is if you look in your notifications, you got a new notification.
Where is notifications? Up here?
Yeah.
Too many diplomatic relations.
Yep. So what does that say?
Each over your limit will cost you faith or loyalty per turn.
Diplo points per
Diplo
turn.
power per turn. Okay, that sounds.
So you
bad.
have a fuck ton of vassals. Do you see that?
Yes.
You have 5 what they call appanages.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine right now. You made okay Diplo points. It's not the end of the world. And I'll help you with England. It's fine.
Okay.
But eventually you want to integrate those vassals. That way, A, you get their land and shit, and B, you can now do other things with people. You can ally more people, right?
I see. Okay.
So they're kind
What
of
is
that's
the-
why you have that privilege that gives you 3 because you have 5 vassals.
So I'm guaranteeing Scotland. Does that mean I'm
Yeah.
like, is that
So if England declares war on Scotland right now, you are obligated to join.
I
You
see.
do not have to join, but you're going to take like a prestige hit if you
I
don't.
see. Okay.
So generally, once England declares war on you, I would just cancel the guarantee. It's not worth it. But I would
Which
let
is
England declare
cancel it.
war.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just cancel it. It's immediate. You did a truce with
Gotcha.
the person, but it's just a guarantee. It's just like what you
I
say,
see.
right? It's
Okay.
not a natural alliance.
Hmm.
Like Scotland can't call you in to attack England.
Okay.
It's only if they get attacked.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so now you're allied with me. So what I'm gonna do is the pause button is space. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tick the game forward a day here in a second.
Gotcha.
All right. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, now do you see that you now can see my country?
Yes. He's
And
alive.
I'm not blue because I'm not in a war with you actively, but you can see where my units are, right?
Yes. You don't have many.
I've got like the same amount as you. I just don't have all the vassals.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, so now you're allied with me. You can see that. Anyway, so the next thing is probably the seriatim of things that needs to happen, Luke. I would say, is I would start improving relations with your vassals, starting with the strongest one first. And if you go to the list, try to get there yourself of vassals.
The vassal list.
Yeah, it was in there. More towards the right. So yeah, you see that?
Yeah.
Your subjects have that. You see the 41%, 26%? That's
Okay.
liberty desire. If they get over 50, they will actively start to seek your enemies to support their independence, like we did, right?
Mhm.
So what I would do is I would start improving relations or royal marrying the ones with the highest liberty desire. So if you go
How
to
do I do
Orleans, so you can click on their flag here.
Yes.
You see the little flag next to
Oh, yeah.
Orleans? Click on that. Now you're looking at Orleans, right?
Yes.
If you open up dynastic actions or relations actions, they have a duke, right? You can give them a royal marriage.
Should I do that?
Yes, it's slave free. You already are using a relationship slot because they are your royal marriages do cost relationship slots, but they're already using one because they're your vassal. So it's
Okay.
basically free. So I would do that with like all of your vassals. And
All of
then
them?
it should just take some time. And then I would start improving relations, which is if you in a relationship actions. This is improve relations, probably one of the most common things you'll do. But in the relations actions, there's just a thing that says improve relations, and your dude sits in there, and he improves relations every month, some number.
It says I have no diplomats to send though.
Exactly. If you look in the top right, where are your diplomats?
Returning.
Yes. So they take time to come back
So I can't do any more royal marriages until that happens.
until one of them shows up.
Gotcha. Okay.
And also, you can only send one action per month to a country.
I
But
see. Okay.
the other thing is, did you see when you were on their screen? You can click on any of your vassals, but you can click them on the map as well. You see, they're the other things. You see the numbers in the middle below where it says Duke Charles de Bourbon, and it has his points to the right of that.
3.
Yeah, so that's his ruler, whatever. On the right, you see the plus 85, plus 85.
Plus 85, yeah.
That's their opinion of you and your opinion of them. You really don't need to care about your opinion of them because you're human.
Mm-hmm.
You need to care about their opinion of you. So it says
Gotcha.
they like you because of that privilege we put on, right? Because you're Catholic.
Huh.
There's a passive because you're Catholic, and then they're your vassals, so they get 50. If you get royal marriage, it helps you out too, and then the improved relations will just give you an improved relations plus whatever,
I understand. Okay.
and that like decays over time. So
Hmm.
that's what I would do: is I would put your troops like near the borders of England, and then like put one in Chartres, and then put one in the province near Bordeaux.
Should I
That
bring
way, when
these
this,
guys up from here to Bordeaux?
uh, yeah, I would just bring them up there because when you call me in, I'll take care of the south.
Where's
Uh,
Bordeaux?
oh, Bordeaux is in the southwest. Sorry, this is why I'm good at European geography, by the way.
Where
Bordeaux
the
is
fuck?
the coastal English port, the red port on the west, southwest.
Red Port Southwest. I see it. Send them here then?
I would send them just outside. You can't go to that province, right? Just be ready to hop on it.
Alright, they're going to Quercy.
Yeah. If you hit B as in boy right now, you can split armies.
Hmm.
Each one is a unit of 1,000, right?
Okay.
So do me a favor and click 2 of the top infantry to go over to the new army. You see the arrow. Any 2, it doesn't matter. Hit select that unit and send those guys up to Chartres in Paris. And now send the 2.
Oh wait, I think I just
to-
sent the 9,000 up to Chartres.
Yep, keep that.
Okay.
Now send the 2 to the province outside of Bordeaux. And so what we'll do when England declares on you, there's a fort. We'll talk about forts, but there's a fort just south of Bordeaux in that other province.
Mhm.
And I'll siege the fort, but I need you to siege the non-fort. That way they don't land troops.
Okay.
So we can talk about it when we go to war. But there are forts in this game, so you can't just wall through someone's country. You have to siege the fort.
Gotcha.
Forts project zone of control. Anyway, I'm gonna actually like do my country now.
Okay. I'm gonna
give me,
go
like-
turn on my laundry. You do your stuff.
You got it. See, Cameron, doesn't this sound interesting?
This sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but it's like better
Alright, I'm
Civ once you get a chance. It's
Uh,
basically Civ but better.
I think the theming's a bit boring, but I think that, if you can get past the aesthetics, I think it maybe would be better. I can agree.
It's more like actually skill in some ways, but not. It's more like management of your country, like than the Civ.
Hmm.
Like you actually have to care about things.
Uh-huh.
Are you saying you don't care about stuff in Civ 6?
No, not really. Yeah. All right, did that. I actually have relationship slots, so let me find another ally. I don't want an ally. Oh, I should ally the Papal State. I should ally Austria, Savoy. Austria, sure. Okay. Advisors are making shit. I'm making 10 gold a month. What the fuck?
Is that bad?
No, that's good.
Oh.
Oh no, it's my total income. I'm only making 6. I'm getting inflation for gold. That's why. Okay. Then my missions are the Infantes and Pale Reconquista. Cool. Oh yeah, that's right. I get a disaster immediately. I forgot about that. All right, I'm just gonna start playing the game, Luke, but it's at speed 1, so it could be really, really slow.
Okay.
Oh, you can get your guys back.
Herald from Byzantium.
You can just most of that shit you can get away. I still want to do this.
And I see that I can like just walk through people. How do I know when they're like my vassal in general?
Because you don't have fog of war.
Oh, yeah, I remember. That makes sense.
It's the main thing, and then the fact that their units are blue is probably also. Yeah, here comes my disaster. That's great. I do this. Let's leave that.
It's kind of crazy. It's going day by day. I figured
You
it'd
want
be
to go
like
faster?
month to
I can
month.
go
No. I
faster.
just thought it's interesting. Like very small scale.
You can make the months go fast in like a second if you want.
Hmm.
If you just want to pass time, but I'm just doing
No,
it
I'm just
slow that
curious.
way you
All
can
I'm
look at
doing is
shit.
I'm gaining cardinals.
Just click around, look at people, look at your shit, look at your notification. See, now you see that, Luke? I'll pause the game.
Where?
Your guys are asking you to give them a royal marriage. You see that?
Up here?
Yeah,
Okay.
which is fine, but now you don't have to spend the diplomat, right?
How do
It's
I
the same
know?
thing.
So that was 2 of them. I should have 1 left that hasn't done that. How do I check which one of
Um,
these that is?
you can just scroll through that opinion. You see their opinions. Just see if they should you have a royal marriage buff,
Is it this one?
or that works. You see there's a royal marriage with France, -5%.
Okay.
So you just scroll through there and see who has. There might be a better way, but just short term. It's probably
Is
that
this one?
guy. So don't do any of that yet. You.
So I just have to wait then.
Yeah. No, click on Auvergne, their country flag,
Oh, I remember now.
and now there you go. They just haven't either wanted to or thought to send you a thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, just look at your things there.
Should
We
I
can
do
talk
anything
about it.
with like? Okay, you
What
just do
what's
thing.
your gold per turn? Sorry, 4.67 gold per month. You can probably hire an advisor, and I would hire a military advisor.
Hold up.
Like I said, that tax is gonna be that's another vassal.
Should I always say yes to royal marriages?
Yes, yeah. To your vassals, yes. To other people, no.
Okay.
Think about that.
How do I know that was
So,
a vassal?
you just go click on their country's tab, or
Okay.
look there, right?
So
there.
I want to get an advisor. Click here.
I would get a military advisor.
I'm guessing that's
an admin advisor.
oh.
So if you go into the
Oh,
military,
I see.
and I would maybe get the manpower modifier guy. He's pretty good. And you see there's a price, so he's
This
gonna
one?
cost you 15. Yep. He's gonna cost you 15 and then cost 1 a month.
Monthly, yeah. Okay. So I should click him.
Yeah.
For the merchant who's now back home, put him in Paris.
Yeah, put him in collect from trade in Paris. Oh, sorry, that's
Just-
Rhineland.
Okay.
So go onto the trade tab. You actually can click it from the map. It's just super tiny, and then you can do it that way. So send it to Champagne.
And this is
That's the Paris node.
and this is on the right guy. Like I'm not accidentally.
Yeah. It's just send your free merchant.
Send to Champagne. Okay.
Oh yeah, there now send the free guy. So you see parentheses Bordeaux. He's in Bordeaux.
Yeah.
Now your guy is traveling to there.
Okay.
Also, you can hit enter to clear those. Like the cardinals, you don't really need to care about.
Hmm.
Like if it's not you or someone neighboring you, generally don't care about it.
Okay.
It's just trying to tell you what's important.
Should I do anything about the other advisor spots, or I don't have enough money?
How much money are you making right now?
Where do I see that? Oh,
I-
4.05.
Yeah, I would maybe like you could probably hire another, but I would maybe save up some money because you're about to go to war.
Okay.
In case we need to buy you murders or anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I mean, it's fine to not have all advisors. Most countries in the start of the game won't have any advisors. 'Cause they're too
Gotcha.
poor.
Okay.
Oh, one thing we didn't talk about, which is the last thing. Click on any province. Click on Paris. It'll bring up a little thing, right? This is the province view.
Mm-hmm.
So the key thing is the numbers on in the like below the Paris and the little picture of the field. You see 887.
Yes.
It's kind of like the mana. So each province has a manpower, a production, and a tax value.
Tax. Got it.
The total is how much the province is worth in development, is what it's called.
Hmm.
So you can have a province that's more skewed towards production. You can have a province that's more skewed towards manpower.
Hmm.
Development is the price of the province. So if you were to take a province in war, the amount it costs to core that province is scaled with development.
Gotcha.
There are some other things like you can look in there. It's giving you 0.76 gold per year from the province. It's giving you, so you see tax production total.
Mhm.
So that one province is making you 0.12 ducats a month because
Okay.
1.24 divided by 12. There's
Gotcha.
unrest in the province, the religion, culture of the province, and then like some more modifiers. You can look around there for a little while. It's probably worth it just to see what all the. They're pretty important. I wouldn't spend anything on your development yet.
Hmm. Would I want to build any buildings?
Yes, buildings are very good.
Should I do that now?
You don't have any to build.
Oh,
The only thing you can build is a fort.
gotcha.
Buildings cost a fair amount of money. It costs about
I
100,
saw that, yeah, like 100.
but they
Okay.
give you decent bonuses.
Huh.
So, like, what I would do now is maybe keep improving your relations with your vassals, the ones with the highest
through
liberty,
royal marriages,
and
or-
then you've already royal married them, but improve relations with them. It's another option.
Gotcha.
It's just like a passive go make friends.
I
So just
see.
go to the list, find your vassals, find the one with the highest liberty desire, and click on his flag, and then
Yeah, improve
send.
relations.
Yeah, so your guy is just gonna sit there, and every month he will improve some.
Okay.
Um,
And I should do
and the
that
other
with,
thing
I
I would
guess,
do-
the worst two.
yeah, the most liberty desiring ones. The other thing I would do is your third guy. I would start building a spy network in England.
Okay. Hold up. Where do I do that? Just click on England.
Same kind of thing. Just you can figure
I
it out.
see. I see.
Go and see in the list if you can find where you think it would be.
I'm guessing this is. I don't want to do that one.
There's one that's very obvious. Look at
That
there you
makes
go.
more sense.
So the spy network gives you a couple things. It can make you do all those actions depending on your level,
Mm-hmm.
like fabricating a claim, supporting rebels, stealing maps, blah blah blah. But one of the other things it gives you is it makes sieges go faster.
So that'll help us later when we need to take the fort.
When you fight him, it will make the fort get yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And speed the game up a little.
Okay.
Let me know if it's too fast. And right now we're just kind of sitting around. I would just keep checking around your missions just to make sure there's nothing that I'm missing that
The missions?
you need.
Is that
Yeah,
like...
I think the 100-year war fires automatically. The missions, it's a tab.
Oh, I see. So one of these. Gotcha.
All right, we're doing my disasters next month.
So how
Oh,
do I
fuck.
like start working on the like everybody in Normandy area? Do I just have to wait till the 100 Years' War?
Yeah, you just gotta wait till that fires.
Okay.
One second, I need to find these provinces. Orenz, Huelva. Oh, there's Orenz. Another thing is you get events, and if sometimes you get an event that's like really annoying, it'll spawn rebels somewhere. Okay, right?
Okay.
And what you can do is the events you can hold, and they will not fire until 3 months after. They will pick an option for you, but if you need to like move a troop somewhere,
Okay, so I can hold
you
them
can
off.
hold the event for a second.
Gotcha. So this says the rogues in England have the gall to claim Perigord as their own. Do I need to do anything about that?
I think this is it. Oh no, that's just England being a dick.
Okay.
That's if like when you build your spy network, you can fabricate a claim. That's just what they did to you.
Gotcha.
They just built a normal claim on you.
Do I need to worry about disputed succession?
No.
What about selling titles?
No, you want crown. You could probably do one, but you want crown land. Selling titles though can be good.
All right, I'll just do that.
Disputed succession is like a you can get like junior partners. You know, like Isabel and Ferdinand.
Oh, okay.
You could marry someone, right, and then eventually you become in line for their throne, and
I
you can
see.
own two countries at the same time. Kind of like a
Gotcha.
vassal, but more indirect.
Yeah.
And kind of like you can play that game. It is like a meta thing sometimes, but it is kind of random in your chance. So like, it's not a guarantee.
This says that the rogues in Burgundy have the gall to claim
It's fine.
Nevers.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Burgundy is that nation in Burgundy next to you.
Gotcha.
I need to get out of this disaster. 0 stab.
What's your disaster?
It's just like a game disaster.
Mm,
It's just the Infantes of Aragon. So I just had to fight like 30 units a second ago.
Gotcha.
That's why I was a little hezzy about Castile for you. It wasn't. It's not bad. It's just like I said, I held the event in order to make that disaster more manageable.
It says that Austria made us their rival. Should I like?
You already have enough rival slots.
Okay,
You could do it later.
Gotcha.
I am allies with Austria, so they probably won't attack you because they would break my alliance with them.
Hello.
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 Oh. Is England? You should be. I was just looking at it. You should be getting a
War
the 100
announcements.
Years War generally soon, but it could go up to 1450. But you
So-
need to not have a truce with England. You may have a truce with England.
I see that the military advisor is gaining power. What's the significance there?
Gaining power.
Oh wait, no, that's just my total military power. Never mind, I'm dumb.
Yeah. Have you noticed there, Luke? There's another thing. You see the check mark on the one. So there's a national focus in the middle. You can swing your national on the little plus, the little button by the 7. Bottom
6,
right.
7.
See the little button there by 7 and the cross swords.
Hold on.
221 power.
Hold on. There's something going on here, Dylan.
If you need to
Nice.
pause, by the way,
Yeah,
you
pause,
go in the
pause,
top
pause.
right. You see the wheel.
The wheel.
I just did
I
it.
do. I do.
If you click that, it'll pause it.
Okay. So hold on. So you say your thing again. You said 667. Am I looking?
So
Oh,
you
I'm
see the
looking at this.
667.
I understand. Okay.
You see that one with the chat mark? Don't click anything. You see the one with the chat mark?
This one in the
You
middle.
can
Yeah.
also swing your national focus, and it will do 2 plus 2 to 1 and minus 2 from the other. That's another, but that's free.
Okay.
But you can only do it like once every 20 years, which is why I said don't put it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me read this. So the
So read that
dynasty
event.
of our noble king is certainly power one. They rule our nation. Blah 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 blah. So this is like asking me to make a decision. I'm thinking. He's graciously
Yes.
of our royal house.
How's the game, y'all?
Influence her husband on this.
He's getting there.
So should I
You
ask
can-
for more men for the army because I'm going to war soon?
Yeah, what
Or
are
a
the
general?
options?
Okay, so it says we do need some help managing our administration. Basically, it's like, hey, do you need help?
You
So-
want, it basically says, do you want admin power, diplo power, a new general,
Yeah.
men,
Men.
or
We don't
you can
want
get
your
a
help.
prestige thing. So I would generally say the mana points, so admin or diplo, is mana points are kind of king. You kind of want to do mana points whenever you can, because that's the time thing, right? For the most part,
And mana points is like
I would go for
administrative.
maybe admin power, and hopefully they like you enough to give you it.
So this one, we need some help
Yeah.
managing our administration.
Yeah.
All right, I did it.
Oh shit! You should also royal marry them real quick.
Where are they?
They're Auvergne. You will need to recall diplomat.
Aren't I already
No.
diplo married to them?
They just broke it. They just ended. Their dude just died.
Oh shit. Okay. I'll take one of the
Just
people reproving.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's not like you're gonna die. I'm just saying, like, that whether or not they accept that event is still on their opinion of you, and the royal marriage would help their opinion. But it might be too late, so I'm just gonna pause it.
Okay, whatever.
All right, I got through my disaster. It's nice. I need one more stab.
Oh wait, he became free. Okay, so
Who became free? Oh, you're a diplomat. Okay.
so I need to go to Avignon, and I guess I'll just do a diplo marriage just to be safe.
Okay.
Wait, what does this mean? Wait, I'm gonna pause.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, seal of confession, religious institutions are considered sacrosanct and above the petty plots and schemes of countries and spies. Church of England has presented an opportunity to exploit this. One of our loyal agents posing as a nun in a local convent has found that she overheard conversations from confessionals while doing chores. While she's likely to escape detection, the plan would outrage religious authorities if discovered. So should I have her listen? So is this just up to me then? Like I pick if I'm the good boy. Okay, so add size 25 to spy network. 30% chance the Pope is pissed. Or I gain Diplo power, but you said Diplo power was good, right? Dylan? Are you just gonna be quiet until I make a decision?
Sorry, no, I went and got hydro. You asked him which one you should do?
Do I want Diplo power or should I get a better spy network? I feel like the spy network is immediately more useful.
I would get Diplo power.
Alright, Diplo power it is. And
You
then
already
this
have
says
25.
broken
They said no,
promises.
they're not going to give you any admin
That
power.
was what I figured that meant. Okay.
It's okay. There's nothing in the world. It just means you don't do any free admin power. Just
So I
go
need to
royal marry
go-
them.
Well, that was what I was trying to do, but I like couldn't find it. So it's fuck.
I thought it was over, and they said their royal marriage died.
Isn't it
Let me just look through the list.
improve relation then? So
Yeah, but I thought they said their royal marriage broke.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay. I think
No, it says I
Armagnac.
still have a royal marriage.
Armagnac does not have one.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah. So they found my spy agent.
Yeah, that's okay. So what I would do right now is I would go fabricate a claim. You click
Okay.
the spy network on it. You see the 25. Now you're basically on that screen. Now open up Covert. Because it's going to decrease your spy network. Okay, so you already have enough claims that the cost is too high. So I would just stop.
How do I do that? Oh, just stop building.
I have
Oh,
no
no.
fucking prestige.
Is this
No, that's fine. Just
okay?
look.
This isn't like I'm
Just
we're
watch
about
the
to have a
event.
problem in Haiti or something.
No, normal event. Just watch it.
Gain general with 100 tradition, lose prestige.
I would take it.
This one?
That's like, so now if you press pause, and so you click that announcement that just came up.
This one?
No, that one. So now you have too many generals, which is costing you a military point. So you
Okay.
just got this dude. No, I didn't explain this, but so combat in this game, it's like D&D. It's based on dice, not really.
Okay.
So there are two phases of combat. There's a shock and a fire stage. So shock is like people hitting them with axes, right? And a fire is if you had guns, right?
Okay.
Each combat stage, each side rolls a dice from 1 to 9 or 0 to 9. Okay. And the delta between your two rolls is what the damage is to each side. However, your generals give you passive bonuses. So you see those little dots? They're called pips. And so if you look, each general has a different number of pips in different areas. So this dude has, like the bottom guy has 3 fire, 5 shock, 4 maneuver, and 2 siege.
That seems pretty good.
So
if
in
I'm
the
fighting
shock
against
phase,
shock.
yeah, so in the beginning of the game, you have no guns. So all of the damage is in the shock phase.
Gotcha.
So you want, generally in the beginning of the game, you want to have as much shock as
So
possible.
this guy's really good then.
Yeah, so that guy is probably your best general because he also has maneuver. And maneuver not only makes your troops move faster, but like say you're crossing a river.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have more maneuver than their general, you do not get a -1 penalty from that river.
Okay.
So I would probably fire your top guy.
Dismiss. Alright, he's gone.
And how you assign it is you do the bots over your unit. So like, put some units on the map.
Oh. Wait, what the? Okay, there we go.
You
They
see
say
no leader.
and then so I select Sebastian.
Yeah.
Okay, he's...
And the other army doesn't have a leader either, because they're on their own, right?
So give them this guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They're in the same spot. They just do different leaders,
Yeah,
and
I
the
see
game
what
will
you're
like auto pick the highest number of pip leader if they're in the same area. But
I see, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
bro, I need more stab. I'm at -30 prestige. This is no bueno.
It's giving Wait. Okay, hold on. How do I get back to the screen that had like all of the my king? Hold on. That's fine. How do I get back to the one that showed my merchants and all my people in the top right? Because right now
The
it's
trade?
like armies and stuff.
Oh, they're still there. You see that? Merchants.
The people?
You
Oh, I
want the
see it now.
merchant
I'm
screen?
just dumb. I'm just dumb. I can't read.
They're
I
there.
understand. I understand.
You could have different stuff there, but if you want.
No, yo entiendo ahora. Okay.
Oh yeah, I never moved my merchants. Shit. I got so caught up. Never moved my merchants.
Should I be keeping like one diplomat for like something random that
Yeah,
pops
that's
up?
fine.
Or should I
Yeah.
have all of them on improved relations?
No, you can hold one.
Okay.
Depends on what you're. Generally, like you kind of want like ideas will give you diplomats and stuff. So like generally you want to get like maybe 4. If you're playing like Austria or something, you really Austria you should get up to like 7 or 8. But like
Okay.
there are different things which can give you more or less. What was my? Oh, I already did my estate agenda. What is my truce up with you? Oh, one more thing. You see your
Yes.
boats? So you can, pirates are a thing, right?
Yeah.
So you can increase your trade power in sea-based nodes with your boats if you have light ships. So just like cavalry, all that.
Mhm.
There are heavy ships, which is the top left thing that it says you have 0 of. Light ships, galleys, which are like ore-based ships, and transports, which are what you put units on.
Mm.
Light ships can protect trade. So if you see the bottom left, there's a little envelope of that thing. So you can put them on a mission, and one of those missions will be to protect trade. And they will give you trade power in whatever node. So if you just go, oh shit, pause it, this is it.
I tried. Okay, it went.
So it says to surrender main, right?
Yes.
So you got promised main, and then if you look at the events, it says, just read the events.
Okay. So they've avoided the thing. England declare war on France. France takes control over Maine. Or I lose 10 prestige and they truce us, which sounds lame.
Yeah, which one do you think you should pick?
Probably the top one.
Yeah, so the neat thing about this is England actually declares war on you, so you get to call me in as an ally.
I see. Should I still send this ship over?
Maybe not anymore.
Okay. So time to teach them how
yeah.
to war.
Yep. And so I just got a call to arms, which I'm going to deny. And so yes, so a couple things. Now, well, you can talk about forts. So if you look
Okay.
next to Chartres, you see Cayenne. I don't know if that's
Yes.
a. You see, there's a little fort symbol on it, right?
Yeah.
So forts present zone of control. So like, try to move to Co. with your
From
guys.
Which one's the 6,000 or the?
Either one. Just click on Co. With right click on Co. With the troops. Left click and the troops and right click Co. Oh, fine. Maybe it's because you have a fort there. Okay. Generally, you will not be able to go past adjacent tiles of a fort. I think it's because you have a fort there or some shit. This is why it's letting you do that.
I see.
Try to go Island Khan with the other guys. Okay, whatever. Okay.
So
Anyway.
there's a little circle on this. Should I do this one without the little circle thing? Hasn't
So I
fully
would go to
maintained fort.
I would go
This one says within the English fort in
yeah. So
Cayenne's
it's
control.
so what would happen is, let's say you walked over to Alencon and you siege it, which is where Maine is, right? You own Maine, you occupy Maine.
Yes.
If you do that and then you leave the tile, Kane will passively retake control
I understand. Okay.
unless you are sieging Kane.
Should I
So
send
what
them
I
to
would
Cain,
do
then?
what I would do is I would move that guy and route him to Contenton.
So all the way through?
Yeah. So you see he can't go through Alencon into Contenton. He has to go
Yeah.
through Alencon to Maine to Contenton.
Okay.
And so as you get to Alencon, okay, and then the other guys, I would move them to Co, and then we'll go to Kane. Basically, what we want to do is we want to prevent England from landing troops because they're across the
wait.
channel. So
You
we
said
go
it
to
was
Co,
shift.
and we'll drop some dudes off in Co to siege it, and then we'll put the rest of the guys on Kane.
Got it. Okay.
And now, do you remember the two guys I told you to leave in the south? Put them on Bordeaux. And then I'm going to take the board.
Okay. Are you gonna give it back to me later?
Well, yeah, I'll give you the control of the province. Now, I could be a dick and not do that, and then you could not actually take in the peace deal. That is how that works.
Interesting.
So I am going to unpause, but I turn the speed down a little bit.
So I can't
It's a-
see anyone in these areas. Like, does
There's
that matter?
apparently no one there.
Well, that doesn't
So
sound
you
good.
have
Or-
fought a war. You see it's
Yeah.
bright, right?
Like, I can see in this places. Oh,
Yeah, so
they're
no one's
coming.
there. So
Wait,
stop, pause the game. So you're in the province, and so what has just now happened to you is you have spent more than 50% of the time to go to that province, and you have been movement locked.
Yeah.
So now, no matter what, you have to go to Kane, which is okay. But before that happens in Alencon, can you do a favor and split off a new army, if you remember how to do that? You can either use that or use the shortcut. Yep. And drop 2 dudes off there to siege it. You have to have more than 1,000 troops, so if you take attrition, then I want you to have more than 1,000 troops to siege it.
Well, I don't know if it did it. Hold on.
So it did split the army, but they're going to the same place. Now pick one of them and tell it to stay put.
How do I do that? I just right-clicked on Maine.
Where do you want it to go?
Like, to Maine?
You want it to go to Alencon, right? And siege it?
Well,
So click Alencon.
aren't they already doing that?
They're walking to
Alencon.
Contenton. This province you're in right now.
Where's
You're-
Alencon?
You are in Alencon.
Oh, I see
They're
what
walking
you're saying.
south from Alencon.
I see what
And
you're
now he's
saying.
sitting there. It says he has a 100% chance to take it because there's no fort.
Gotcha. Okay.
When you walk into the fort, you'll see that it's like a negative percent chance to take it.
Yeah.
Anyway. So England can still go and land in Calais, but they may not get access there, or they may. We'll see.
Hold on, wait. So this guy's here now. I want to split off. How many to go back and take over Caw?
Just two guys. And so if you click on the fort province, you'll see that you're in a siege. You see you have a minus 49% chance to take it this month. So on the left is a little dial, the circle, and that's the progress. And every 30 days, you would get a roll, and that roll will either give no progress to the siege. So basically, we'll give you another, typically a +1 would be now it is 42%,
I see.
right? So you need to sit here for a while.
Well,
And
okay.
if you look in the top right, the number 6 means you need 6 units to siege it down, minimum.
Okay.
So that's why you have 12 there.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna take Bordeaux. Or actually, your guys might actually take it for me, so maybe I'm not gonna do it. It looks like they're walking onto it right now. I'll sit nearby.
Are they just doing that on their own?
Yeah,
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So if England lands troops, we'll tell them to support you and stuff. But they may not.
I see a bunch of +.2s or 2s.
What?
All over the map it's showing +2. I guess is that my chance to take stuff?
+2.
Never mind, it doesn't matter.
I don't see any pluses on your screen.
I also noticed it says I can build province. Wait, hold up. My king.
Those are buildings.
Bordeaux has been occupied by France. We now have control. We now have that one. Sick. They're surrendering.
So I don't know if you noticed, but as you sit in a province,
Yeah.
you take attrition because it's not your
Where
province.
is
So
that?
it's wearing your manpower down.
I see.
It'll tell you in your manpower gain per month how much you're losing to attrition.
Okay.
Or maybe it's telling you that you gain that many and you're reinforcing 120 because 120 dudes are fucking dying every month just from sitting there. So England has showed up with 18 transports and
I'm guessing that's where?
the Bordeaux area, but they're not quite sure what they want to do with them.
So they're just hanging out.
Yeah, they're just kind of sitting around. I don't know if there's dudes or not on the transports, but there are 18 transports sitting around, going back and forth in the Côte d'Argent.
Well, I guess that's good for me.
And the other guy, so, okay, you see in the top right of your country, you see that 4 stack?
Yeah, 4K.
You see, they aren't sieging. It's got a little red thing. They have 2 little dudes.
In Lorraine.
So send the 7 in Calais, which is by England, in the narrowest part of the channel. See that? There's a red. They can't siege it because they have 2 little dudes. So send like your 7 stack over there to help them out.
Well, doesn't it need to? Hold on. Marburg.
Let's say.
Don't care. Send the 7K.
1 second.
Staff.
I'll be right back there. My voice calling me.
No, you're good.
What about my Moonlord fantasies?
I'm kind of stuck, bro.
This is what I get to agreeing to a second game of TFT. I'm being punished.
I mean, that was your call. You had your chance. I have told Dylan for years now. I literally do owe him this. Like I gave him my soul. Just get Colin to play TFT then.
He's at the gym.
And then he's going to Bob's Burgers Land after. Ugh.
EU4 is 70% off on Steam. You have to subscribe to this game? What the fuck? For Europa Universalis for it. Like, you can subscribe to it.
You can. You don't have to. Also, I would say don't get this game. Like, if you gotta return it, like, this is. It's I don't even know how.
Not planning on it.
Like, it is very. This is gonna be a. Well, it'll be a Dylan mission. I'd say try it out if you think you enjoy it. I will say the history's interesting. Like seeing the different regions and ye olde names for different places, I feel like makes me smarter probably. Because Dylan does have a very good knowledge of like European geography.
Yeah.
And history, which is probably directly due to this game.
I will say, like, I would probably only play it because I'm very bored right now.
Just do.
You know?
I'm trying to think.
But you all have also already started a game, so there's not really a way for me to weasel my way in.
Yeah.
You know.
But I do owe Dylan my soul here, so.
But right now, anything but multiplayer games is like fairly boring to me currently.
Yeah. Hmm. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go keep my laundry
Okay.
moving.
Okay.